did it. We made it here. We've got the correct title. Nothing is fucked.
Nothing continues to be fucked. Yeah, we're here to discuss. Oh, we should record this, no? Make Talitha's
Yeah.
life easier.
Yeah, we should absolutely record this.
Okay, some things are slightly fucked, but we're unfucking them now.
The stream is not fucked, which is key.
We're gathered here today to do another round of the badass debates. Let's see. Badass debate 1. And if you're unfamiliar with this process, it consists of us talking about people of larger stature, of impeccable, badass Hollywood credentials. We spend an inordinate time looking at oiled up pecs and quadriceps. And then using our patented 3C method, we try to decide how big a badass are these people anyway.
Okay, now I'm recording.
I am recording too. So let me do a quicker little introduction and we can jump right in. Hello, and welcome back to one of the most personally fun parts for me in the entire badass celebration, which is the badass debates, because this is what me and Jim wanted to do in the first place. Before we were even thinking about reviewing movies, we were ranking beef, baby. This goes back to like the 3rd episode of a podcast we ever recorded. Bald Move Badasses. I think it's episode 3 of Blue Yonder. Check it out. Jim, while I'm getting the badass rankings ready, do you want to give the people a breakdown of our fabulous 3C system for foolproof categorization of badasses, of film, of TV, etc.?
Yeah, I could do that. We rank all of these badasses on a 3C category. First C is champion, and that is basically how big are you, how cut are you, how intimidating is your physical presence.
Where did the champion? That's the one C that doesn't seem to correlate directly to.
We didn't have any other good C's for like size, physicality, strength. Like none of that starts with C. So champion is the best we could do. Cut, we could have done cut, but that doesn't take into account your actual like beef. Like if you're big and tall, you could also get points in this category.
The C is like the champion's like physical champion.
Yes.
Paragon, just a solidly built individual.
Exactly. And we have 0 through 1 in each of these categories, with Adrian Brody being the stock dead 0 in all of the categories, and then the ones being, well, we'll run down maybe some of the ones who are taking the cake in these categories. But we'll go over those as we rank these, so you'll get a feel for that. The second C is charisma, which this is basically all about how commanding is your presence, not your physical presence, that's all in champion, but your attitude, your ability to lead others, how likely are they to follow you, based solely on your presence of character here.
Intimidation's a big one, especially intimidating other badasses.
Yep. I mean, look, badass is largely about violence and intimidation, so yeah.
There's also attraction, like how attractive are you to people of your desired sexual orientation, how easily you can kind of lead people around with your various charms.
Yeah.
Your riz.
I should not have used the character word there, because the final C is character, in fact. And this is all about the characters that these actors have portrayed. How iconic are they? How big of a badass is that character? You can be like the world's biggest badass. You could be Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Be this huge hulking guy. You could be the Mountain from Game of Thrones. And if you're playing a bunch of suburban dads, which Arnold Schwarzenegger has played his fair share of, but if you were only doing that, you wouldn't be a badass, because your characters are not there.
Yeah,
So
we're also, you should know, we're recording this in front of a live Twitch audience, twitch.tv/baldmove. And if you think, oh, that's a good idea, you should go to that site that I just mentioned, twitch.tv/baldmove, probably in your show notes. You should click the subscribe button, because we're fitting this in around our schedule, and this is such a jam-packed schedule. Summers are usually a little chill for us, not this summer.
nope.
We unfortunately can't tell you exactly when each week we'll be recording this. We're releasing that on Wednesdays, but the best thing to do is subscribe. That way you'll get a notification when we go live, or check out our social medias at Bald Move. We'll usually post something a few minutes before we go live there. I just noticed that Michelle has got a 6-year sub anniversary.
Ooh wee.
That's insane. Like I didn't like I did. Yeah, the pandemic just warped time. I was thinking she was just finished her 48th month, but now she's 72. Goddamn. I don't even think there's enough stripes for any robe. Like, I think she just gets to channel now when we retire.
Sure, she can have it. We haven't done anything good with it, so.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're bored at work, you are at home, waiting for something to happen, yeah, just subscribe to our Twitch channel and get our go live notifications. So let's get started. I've got the project, or I got the sheet open here. Do you wanna get this? Do we want to get our visuals prepared? I feel like we need to expose a screen. Do you want to expose your screen? My screen?
I'm ready to expose your screen, sir.
Okay, so I will do
this.
that.
Yep.
I will do that. Let me go to the show and tell.
Showing and telling all these documents. Showing and telling things that weren't
Where
meant to
is the
show and tell.
badass? Were they? I mean, there's nothing bad here.
There's no details.
We
but
pay
people
our
know-
affiliates.
Yep,
we
people know
have
partner shares and kayak trips and
Yeah, those are things we do, for sure.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Dark
So here's the
mode.
badass list. Let me get some of the, yeah, I don't want my SMS messages exposed if I can help it. And this needs to be kind of up here somewhere, I think. Yeah. Okay. So can you see the screen now, Jim?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're good.
And if I cut over here and I search for Arnold Schwarzenegger's abs, you can see that.
I see it.
Okay. All right. Then
Although
we got
I would argue some of
everything.
these pictures are not of his abs. They're more pecs than anything, but
All right. So let's go to the new inductees. We have, these are the ones we ranked last year: Richard Roundtree, Bella Ramsey. We skipped Jonathan Majors because of the ick that continues around him. Vin Diesel, Timothy Olyphant, Mia Jovovich, Marlon Brando, David Harbour, Robert Patrick. Let's get to the new beef. Roddy
Okay.
Piper.
from they live.
They
Right?
live. There's a few others. I'm gonna see here. Roddy Piper. What's his whole deal?
He's
Is he
in,
still alive?
I
Oh
don't
my
think
God,
so.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Nah, he's done. He's done. Let's see his filmography if he's got one.
He's in one of the all-time great fight scenes.
True.
Like that
This is true.
knockdown drag out he has in that alley is incredible. in real life.
Okay. Can we just get a filmography? Here we go. Filmography. So he's uncredited in the one and only as Joe Leatherneck Joe. Yeah, we gotta go for Hell Comes to Frogtown. Okay. I have heard of this movie.
Never seen it though.
It is manifestly he's a badass in this film.
It looks incredible based on the poster.
Yeah, no, this was like one of the inspirations for like Doom. This was like
What?
right up there with like all the other like what are the major influences of Doom? H.P. Lovecraft, Warhammer probably, because you essentially got a space marine. But yeah, I remember this being one of the inspirations, or also the inspirations to like Duke Nukem. I think that's more of like where I was going for. So that's probably a badass role. They Live. There's two. Buy and Sell. A comedy? No,
Hmm.
no. A Mortal Kombat. And we
Okay.
have to have seen these, right?
That's the thing. I've only seen one of his movies ever.
Because now we got like guy with a gun business. This
Yeah.
this is where I think he's going to have a problem with. Yeah. See, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I might have seen him in. Boy, he's still making shit in the 2000s.
Guess so.
He's got a whole sequence of Billy Owens films, whatever the hell those are. He's in Green Lantern as a voice. Okay, so
The Super
this is
Mario
a
Brothers
question.
Super Show. All right.
Um, yeah, not a badass. Probably. I mean, I've seen
So,
Highlander to show. Can we
yeah.
call him a badass for this role? Because he's an immortal. He's a Highlander. He's a big dude. I think he probably had a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I certainly don't recall ever seeing it, but if you have, then yeah, we can count it.
I haven't seen that episode. I'm just saying that if he's an immortal, then he has to be somewhat of a badass. And I'm trying to think of like Walker Texas Ranger. If you could get out of that show without being a badass. But
Okay, that's what else I've seen him in. Always
It's
Sunny.
Always Sunny.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna give him like a shaky 3 rolls, I think, for the character.
Yeah, at most.
So what is that? What is that? If you go by the rules, under character, 0 to 2 badass rolls. He clears that 2 to 3 recognized badass rolls or 1 super iconic roll. So he's gonna, and then the next would be 5 to 6 badass rolls or 2 to 3 rolls, of which 1 is widely considered iconic. So I think he's gonna be stuck at the 0.25 for character.
He's
Agreed?
barely squeaking into the 0.25.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what do you want to? Where do you want to go next? The champion. That's
Yeah.
probably easy to determine, right?
I mean, he's a professional wrestler, so he's
Roddy
got
Piper
athleticism,
body.
and he's probably pretty big.
Ooh, that's a good one. Roddy Piper height.
In his prime, he's not bad.
Medicated Wookiee. Do we subtract points for half blackface at WrestleMania?
Oh, I see the photo now.
Where
It's
is
half
it on
half
the
black
screen?
body. Yeah, on the left.
Oh, I don't know.
He's just playing a
Nah,
Klingon
Yeah.
or something.
Or he's one of those
Yeah.
races from Star Trek that's half black, half white, and
Right.
the other's the opposite. So Roddy Piper's height, 6 foot tall. Think that qualifies for you for the maximum frame advantage.
He was fighting Mr.
Now
T in that fight. Yeah.
let's. That does seem
Seems
racially
a little more
charged.
insensitive. All right.
And
He's
wait a second.
he's
Is
beefy
this a little minstrelly on the eyes too? Like, I don't know. There's that. That's uncomfortable. But you know what? We actually we could avoid ranking him. That's the only thing we can do. We don't have any like penalty points for being creepy or gross. You can just avoid it being
No.
ranked.
I don't think we should avoid ranking him. I don't know the context for any of that stuff, so.
This looks like him at nearly his beefiest. Is this coming across
Honestly,
good
I
on
think
this,
him
the
in that
screen?
movie is his beefiest. Like, look at that screenshot lower down. Right there. The wide one.
There?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it's only his shoulders and part of his pecs, but he's beefy there.
Could you maybe flip your camera beside mine? Because the big window is being partially occluded by your. If you put yourself beside to the left side of me, then we'll have all of the sample photos and the large photo. Ah, perfect. Perfect. My God, we're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another one. He's supporting the weight of 2 probably 30 to 40 pound children. Impressive.
That's no log, but
Here's is like he's actually flexing. Boy, where you gonna? I mean, this guy's clearly a dude you wouldn't want to fuck with. He's 6 foot tall. He's solid. But even among wrestlers, this is I wouldn't say like because here's the contemporary. Look at the biceps. Look at the biceps of Hulk Hogan. Legendarily huge biceps, to be fair.
Right.
Look at the stature. Look at the shoulders. Look at the girth. Look at the complete lack of belt.
Yeah,
I'm
just look at the
thinking.
beef.
So let's look at the beef. Let's look at the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Champion 0 is unimpressive from either stature or level of strength or fitness, aka Adrian Brody.
Keep going.
Couldn't be him.
He's more than 0.25 even.
That's a normally fit person of average stature, or a jacked person of below average stature. So he's better than that.
Oh, he's more
A
than
normally fit person of hulking stature.
6 foot.
I think so.
Yeah, he's a
Rip
0.75.
thick individual. Yeah. Probably in between 0.5 and 0.75. Like, we don't really do that.
Yeah, no, I would give him 0.75 pretty solidly. I don't have any qualms with that. 0.25 on the characters is rougher for me.
Okay. 0.75. So he's at a 1C badass already.
He's already a badass.
That's a badass. You have to get the 1C to be considered a badass. If you're 0.75C, now the charisma. And here's the thing. He's a wrestler. He's a heel. I assume he's got a motor mouth. I assume. But on the other hand, he wasn't played as intimidating on the only thing I've seen him in, which is They Live. Like,
Right.
Kurt Russell has got he can be that kind of badass where he can just like fix you with a steely, he can be that Jake Plissken, but he can also be the dude from Big Trouble in Little China who no one is intimidated by. So,
Oh my god.
let's review the rules on charisma. So 0 is flat effect, emotionalist, lone wolf, silent, and stoic types.
Man, he's almost at that in They Live.
Almost. 0.25 approximate charisma that Scott Pilgrim attains at the end of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I think he's at least there.
Yeah.
0.5 dead average badass swagger. Because also the other thing I have to ask: do the wrestling roles count?
Right.
When we were doing The Rock, did we count his wrestling roles?
I don't think we did. It's not. I mean, these are film badasses, right? And I guess
And TV.
Yeah, and
Live
WrestleMania
action
and shit was on TV. It's not like you couldn't watch that stuff.
Yeah, but like we can say wrestling doesn't count. Like it's not.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the
you know.
spirit of the thing.
Yeah, it's a competition. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, is it? Is it a competition? I don't know.
So
Behind the
I don't know.
scenes, maybe.
Imagine Hell Comes to Frogtown. He suffers from an excess of charisma. This might be super. This might be super controversial, but I'm thinking he's at least 0.25. I'm kind of maybe thinking 0.5. Dead average badass swagger. Is that too much?
Yeah, for me, it's somewhere between 0.25 and 0.5 because I don't think he's as uncharismatic. I mean, Scott Pilgrim finds himself a little bit, but he also doesn't take shit. I don't think he takes a lot of shit, and They Live like. It might get him to a 0.5. That might get him to a 0.5 because he's
not taking shit from Keith David, that's for sure.
no, he is not.
Keith David ain't taking shit from him, to be fair.
I mean, Rock in a Hard Place, or did not Rock in a Hard Place, Immovable Object, Unstoppable Force.
Aussie Greg, partially in dissent, says Piper wasn't about the body. He was all charisma and how he could talk people into the building.
Okay.
Red Bull and Royd says he routinely walked through the ring in a kilt. Only a badass would do that. Yeah, true. True. All right, so you're thinking 0.25 or 0.5?
Thing is, he's never going to get higher. Well, he might get higher if we watch Frogtown. So 0.25 to start, and then I want to see Frogtown this year. As a matter of fact,
I was thinking like a double dern type of situation that'd be a good one for that.
I was thinking maybe a watch party at some point.
Oh ho ho!
Right? Because that sounds like a great movie for that.
We're about to get those back onto the menu. So he's a 0.1. He's a 1.25. Nothing to write home about. Sure, he's got a spot in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, but probably not going to get to the Badass Hall of Fame. But yeah, still a badass, respectable. Oh,
Year
Val
added to
Kilmer.
list. Have we done? Guess we can do that at the end. Val Kilmer. Yeah. Here we
We
go.
can add to the list. Roughly speaking, these are as oh shit,
No.
someone Jim Jones because of your muscle suit from last year's
Right.
Badass.
No, I was just talking about year added to the list. We don't have to put that stuff in yet. We can do it at the end.
I'll go ahead and do it just so we don't forget. But
Okay.
and this would be July of 2024. So Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's tall, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's short.
And this was I don't think of Val Kilmer when I think of being a badass, but I think this was suggested. So he's 6 foot tall. So
the roles, I think.
he's got all of the things that you would be required to have a badass stature. Now let's take a look at the beef. Val Kilmer body, because for a lot of his, he was more of a, kind of well, I mean,
He was more of a pretty boy than a
yeah.
beefy boy. Well, let's not. Okay, that's unfair. I look like
Oh,
that
this.
in the
Oh, I
list, too.
thought this was Iceman. That's not even fucking Iceman.
No, that's
neither
not
is
him.
that. Oh, I was like, damn, was I wrong about Val Kilmer?
No, that's his volleyball
right.
opponent.
So this is Val Kilmer. Probably it is like one of his toughest. He's playing Batman, but man, he's doesn't even have ab definition. He's got the
Nope.
brisket defined.
He's not ripped.
He's got the-
not hulking. Yeah,
He's got a
his bread
he's
basket
barely
is tight,
he's barely got definition to the shoulders. There's no separation in the bicep and tricep there.
but yeah.
I gotta say, I think this is a normally fit person. No, I guess a normally fit person of hulking
Oh,
stature,
barely
6 foot plus. He's a
barely
0.5.
squeaks in at a 0.5.
Yeah, that doesn't feel satisfying, but
But it is what it is.
but it separates him from the Roddy Pipers. That's
Wait,
that's
okay.
fair.
Them's the rules.
Charisma.
Here we go.
I think Val Kilmer, if anything, suffers from an excess of charisma.
Yeah. Speaking of Batman, he plays an excellent Bruce Wayne,
He does,
and he has tons of charisma in that role. He's able to terrify Tom Cruise in Top Gun.
Able to give him the old chompers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, standing toe to toe up to Maverick, who is a badass in a film.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he intimidates
Tombstone.
Maverick though.
Yes.
That is where I was going to say his Doc Holliday in Tombstone is a clinic in exactly the shit we're talking about. That man's on death's door. Who wanted that smoke?
Not me.
Who wanted that smoke? Only Michael Bain when he was super drunk and super bloodlusty. And every other guy in the Red Sash gang's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's got it, man.
So he might so are we talking 0.7? Because the thing is, like, this is like the like I guess burst damage, or like if this is your top speed. It's not like your average speed. It's like if you established in a role convincingly that you can do this thing, then that's your high water mark. It's not the average of all your rolls. And yeah, so
I could
this
go as
is
high as one on this. Honestly.
above average charisma, swagger, naturally gifted leaders, exceptionally facility with attraction, seduction, no offsetting quirks, psychological issues. A person who can command the charge into hell with 0 questions asked, be expected to win. Not so much Doc, but he's not a leader.
It's this next one.
Can dismiss the concerns of lesser badasses with a determined look, cannot conceivably or believably be cowed or otherwise intimidated by another on-screen presence.
That's him to a T, Doc.
And then you got, with the Batman, you've got the Saint is there. You've got, like I said, Top Gun. Real Genius. Oh my God, he's got like teenage boy charisma and that oozing out of his ass. So yeah, I think he's gonna get to the one.
I think so.
Now characters. Let's hit up Val Kilmer.
Yeah, he's gonna score high on this too. I mean, Batman is iconic.
Well, yeah, I mean
that
that's
as
I would say just one roll gets him to a 0.25 cruising there. What is so character?
I mean,
No,
yeah.
yeah, 0.25.
And then he has Doc
So
Holliday, who I would argue is also iconic, and
yeah,
maybe
he's got
made iconic by him.
two or three roles, at least one of which is widely considered ironic. He's at a 0.5 already.
Yeah.
Let's look at his filmography on
Oh
IMDb.
yeah, Mad
Oh God,
Mardigan,
he's Mad
Carrillo.
Mardigan.
He's great. So much charisma. Is there a 1.25 on charisma?
Oh my God, he also plays Jim Morrison. I forgot about that. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Okay, all right, all right. Let's. Where the fuck is the filmography?
Yeah, I don't know. Jim Morrison's a badass, but I'll give it to him.
When did they switch up the
Oh,
IMDb?
you're
Oh,
an
I'm on
IMDb
Pro.
Pro,
Okay.
which we have because we're fancy. We pay
Yeah,
money for IMDb.
we're famous. Why is this? Okay, but I don't want to be on Pro.
Filter by
I want to
profession.
be. I want it to be non-professional. Oh my God.
You have to log out.
Do I?
Yeah.
What if I hit log out and it exposes my credentials?
Well, it might do that.
You, you, you. What the fuck is happening?
I don't know, man.
I should be doing this
Just
anyway,
go to an
since
incognito window and go to IMDb.
That's exactly what I want to do. But now my shit's locked up. I don't know.
Oh my God! Hell comes to Frog.
How do you open up a private window?
Uh,
Control Shift P, right?
that sounds right.
Shift P.
You could probably do
Okay,
it from
yeah.
new, like a file thing.
I must have been missing it, and then I'm gonna have to actually update my screen too. Run into badass debates. Take skills, and I have none.
Could also go to Wikipedia. Yeah.
I could. Boom.
Oh my God.
Okay. So let's search for Val Kilmer here. Val Kilmer. Hell comes a Frog Town. Get this out of here. Okay. Val Kilmer. Now we're at Top Gun Maverick. I mean, he's already got credit for that role, so he can't get any more. But Tom Iceman Kazansky is a badass.
Oh yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot? Shit, I didn't even see that movie.
I didn't either.
I forgot that thing came out.
He plays.
And we're skipping a bunch of things where he's probably a badass, but we can't verify it because we haven't seen it.
Right.
See all.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back a ways in his catalog to get to.
Yeah, because he's
playing
been
badasses.
kind of disabled for quite a while.
Yeah.
Tenacious D to be the best. He was in that movie too.
It's a music video. I don't think I've seen that one.
He's the voice of a man in Spider, but the voice work doesn't get you there.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Out. That seems fucking cool. Kill the
here we
Irishman. Gun, the Traveler. MacGruber. He plays Victor von Kumpf,
Jesus.
which is not a badass.
No. The opposite.
It's Bad Lieutenant. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. I don't remember anything about it. It's a weird movie.
He's the uncredited voice of Kit in the Knight Rider
What?
reboot. Weird. I didn't know that. The Love Guru. Oh,
my
no.
God.
No.
Wow. I haven't
Kiss
seen any
Kiss
of this.
Bang Bang.
Okay. I have.
Is he a badass in
not-
Kiss
I
Kiss
have
Bang
not
Bang?
Seen this movie? I don't know.
I don't think he is. Iconic badass cunt. No, I don't think so, Timo. Philip of
Alexander.
Macedonia and Alexander. Is that a badass?
I don't. I've not seen that movie either. Is that the Brad Pitt one, or is that the other one that came out?
That's the Brad Pitt one, I believe. It's not the. Oh no, it's the Colin Firth.
Okay. Wow, Anthony Hopkins, Jolie. Okay.
Yeah. I think Philip of Macedonia has got to be a badass. Like I haven't seen it, but like I know the character, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 3 for that. Let's see. Keep moving. Red Planet? I forget what character he plays on Planet. Does he play the soldier, or does he play like the nerdy scientist?
I thought he played a badass in that, but
I thought so too. Planet movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen Red Planet.
Okay, let's find that. So he plays Gallagher. He's an engineer. Ooh.
Oh, really?
See, okay. I think I was thinking of no, Todd Sizemore plays a geneticist. I thought there was one dude who was like a gun dude, but what did I say his name is? Gallagher? Gallagher. Wait, how do you spell Gallagher? Okay. So, yeah, let's see. Does he do anything cool here?
He opens his helmet. Builds a radio.
Fixing death. He discovers, okay. Gallagher builds a radio from the Mars rover Pathfinder. Cool, but not a badass. No. He weathers an ice storm.
Launches himself into orbit. Oh my god.
Recover radio found in body full of Martian nematodes. I don't remember this. Holy hell.
Right. This movie was bizarre. And it came out, I don't know why this always happens, but it came out at roughly the same time as that other, like, Mission to Mars or whatever that movie was.
Yeah, with Tim Robbins? Tim Robinson?
I think so. And, like, Ice-T or something. It was...
That's one where Tim Robbins opens up his helmet and does not survive.
No, you can't survive that.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't know if I'm seeing badass here. This is more like Mark Watney kind of badassery. So we're still hard stuck at 3 roles. The Saint. Okay.
There we go.
Saint, badass role.
Clearly. Ghost in the Darkness, I remember.
Ghost in Darkness, total badass role. Yeah, that's a fucking good one. He actually plays a badass on Island of Dr. Moreau, even though it's a terrible movie.
Does he
He plays like a military mercenary, yeah.
Okay.
Badass in Heat, absolutely. Sure.
Yep,
Batman Forever, iconic badass. Doc Holliday, can you argue that Doc Holliday's an iconic badass?
I think so.
I mean, Doc Holliday, you've heard of, but iconic badass?
I mean, he's like the iconic lawman, right?
No, he's like a gambler degenerate. He just hangs out with a
Kurt Russell's
sort of checkered lawman.
Yeah,
Wyatt Earp is getting to iconic, but if you're like Lone Ranger's iconic, is Tonto iconic?
You're calling Doc Holliday Tonto? Brutal.
Batman is iconic. Is Robin iconic? Yeah, he's a sidekick.
Yeah, Robin. I think Robin is iconic. They've made cartoons about him. Even young Robin. Know.
Well, again, it's not that this Doc Holliday is iconic. Iconic is like James Bond. It's Batman. You can make a role iconic. I think Ellen Ripley is now an iconic role, but she's also been in like 4 different movies.
I guess we don't have franchises based around Doc Holliday.
Yeah, so... it's borderline.
All right. Well, if you don't want to give it to him, we'll just.
He's got one icon. Yeah, for sure. True Romance, Thunderheart, The Doors. I mean, Jim Morrison. It's not that. Yeah, it's not that kind of badass. Willow, Mad Mardigan, absolutely. We're up to 8. Top Gun, we already did. Iceman, Real Genius, no. Top Secret. Okay, so I'm counting 8 badass roles. Is the Sundance Kid an iconic? Where's the Sundance Kid?
It's been a long ass time.
Yeah, Billy the Kid is an iconic role. Does he play Bill?
William
I guess
Bonnie is that is Billy, right?
I don't know about icon, but yeah, that's okay. So there's 9. We got 9 badass roles, at least 1 iconic. What does that work out to? This actually might be one of those edge cases.
I was gonna say, isn't he a badass in God, what was that? His first movie there, the one where he's a spy. I know it's a comedy, but I felt like he was.
I don't think comedies
a badass
count.
In that.
Do they?
I don't know. I mean, you count True Lies for Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, but it's not that kind of comedy, is it? You're talking about
Top Secret? It might be a little too silly.
I think he's a soldier, but yeah. Does he portray like if you like were portrayed as a badass, like if he was like a gun wielding machine gun kind of guy?
It's like I said, it's been
then
really
maybe.
long time since I've seen that movie, but
Like, I don't think Charlie Sheen is a
it
badass in
was
Hot Shots Part 1, but I think he is in Hot Shots Part 2.
when he's essentially
When
playing
he's
Rambo.
when he's being Rambo. Yeah. That's
Maybe
how
I'm
I think about
conflating
it
the
anyway.
two. I'm giving Top Secret too much credit. All right, well, I mean, he's got a shitload of roles.
Maybe you are.
He's not going to hit a 1, certainly, but 0.75?
Yeah, hold on a
realm
second.
we're
I want to switch something up real quick. I need to get the sheets on the same private window, which means I need to log in, which means I don't want people to see that. I'm scared to death I'm going to reveal a password or something. Badass rankings. Bam, 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 bam. Have to log in. Yeah, because I want to edit. Ooh, got two-factor authentication. Even if you guys did get your grubby hands on my... you'd have to get past my two-factor authentication on everything. Okay, back to the content. Are you marking any of these, or are we just gonna... This is pretty much raw audio on the podcast.
Raw.
Oh boy.
It's gonna hand it to Talith.
Raw
Say no edits.
eggs. Raw eggs.
Yep. No notes.
Okay.
Just publish it.
So we have 9. That means characters. 9 to 11 badass roles, or 5 to 6, several of which are iconic. So there's he does getting from 7.5 to 1 is tough. We designed these things to be a little sticky. So it's like takes you got to get it takes a lot of effort to get over the hump. So he's 0.75. All right, still impressive. That's more than I thought. Which means he's actually going to be a pretty fucking big badass, dude. 2.25. Holy shit!
There.
Being 6 foot tall is
it's like the barrier, right? Like
what's like that statistic that's like your odds of being an NBA are like go up 30,000% if you're over like 6'7" or something. Like I forget.
It's
so
the glass ceiling of badass is 6 foot.
Yep.
If you're under 6 foot, good luck breaking a 2.
Yeah, you better take off your shirt, look at yourself, and do you think, do I remind myself of Bruce Lee? Because if the answer is no, you're not getting up there.
You're not on this list.
All right, Jake Gyllenhaal. This is this is an insanely interesting one, I think.
We have new evidence to consider
He's
this
6
year.
foot tall.
Oh, he did it. He broke the ass ceiling.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay, we're going somewhere.
Right.
All right. Jake, because you're thinking, okay, Jake Gyllenhaal might have a couple badass roles, but does he have the beef?
He does. I believe he does. Have you seen him in Southpaw? Have you seen him in Roadhouse? Look at that. And this man's like older than me.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
Jake Gyllenhaal age.
It's pretty impressive. Like, god damn,
yeah,
look
he's
at
43. I'm not going to look like that when I'm 43. I can tell you that much.
And like he might even be slightly bigger in Southpaw.
The cum gutters.
God damn, look at those obliques and
right. No, he's ripped, and he's got a copious amount of muscle too. It's not just that he's like skinny Bruce Lee ripped. He's actually put on a lot of muscle.
Nah, but I gotta let's have a hard check here. Are we saying that he's in the run for a 1?
No. He's no
solid
Chris Hemsworth
0.75.
or Arnold, but
he's getting. I mean, even Chris Hemsworth wasn't Chris Hemsworth 10 years ago. So like but he's heading to that direction.
Yeah,
Let's see. Chris Hemsworth.
Later,
Chris Hemsworth. Body.
Hemsworth has the height too. I mean,
yeah, he's
not just
he's
barely
like
breaking the ass ceiling. He's
and look at that. Look at that.
Right.
Look at
Good
that.
Lord. Gyllenhaal's never gonna have that.
Because you get him on his like you get him on when he's like in between movies and he hasn't really bulked up, and sometimes he can be like but yeah, fucking arms and just a wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jake Gyllenhaal, Donnie fucking Darko is putting up a 0.75 in badass.
Right?
That's wild.
Who would have seen that 20 years ago? Charisma. Okay, Jake
charisma.
Gyllenhaal always has a little bit of weird energy, but sometimes it really
Even in
works for me.
Roadhouse,
Uh huh.
it's more like, but I don't know. It's not far off from Bruce Willis in Die Hard. He's a little
In
like
Roadhouse.
smarter and more educated, but like the self-assuredness that I don't have to yell, I don't have to bluster.
Mm-hmm.
I can intimidate you by talking about like, you guys, your health insurance okay?
Here's the
What about is
problem.
there a hospital? Where's the nearest hospital? 20 minute? Okay, all right. And they have a level 1 trauma center like that's
Well, that's how he acts, but people still come at him. I feel like you don't come
yeah.
at
People are not
Arnold, right?
intimidated by him. Yeah, he's so fucking big that like, whereas this guy when he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, who knows?
Yeah. You could
But you're right.
tell he works out, but
People continually, even when they should know better, run their mouth at this. It's a little bit of a Jack Reacher effect, like that Reacher show. That's the thing, is like this fucking monster,
who would
who's
attack this
essentially a
guy?
flesh-colored Incredible Hulk, gets out of a
Uh-huh.
car, and some dude, just some not even like a big bad guy, just some dude that's being a dick in a Walmart parking lot. Well, what you gonna do about it? Like he's gonna pound you into the pavement and smile while he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But you know,
okay.
it's also the people who are coming at him are a little crazy to begin with.
Oh, by the way,
So
if people want to satisfy their wanting to know about badasses and where in like it's like Warp Fox has asked Matt Keanu, pretty sure we've ranked him.
mhm.
You all can open up the link and follow along. I just put it in chat.
Sure.
Everyone has read only access to this, so yeah, go mine it to your heart's content. Yeah, the charisma though.
Uh, yeah, he definitely has it, but it's not like a one. I don't think he can dismiss the concerns of lesser
Would you
badasses in
say
Hollywood.
for a badass consideration that Southpaw is probably his most badass role?
It's either that or Roadhouse at this point.
But the thing is like in Southpaw he is kind of fearful and
Mm,
fragile,
mm-hmm.
easily baited, insecure. So like I'm thinking
Let me look at his
I'm
catalog.
thinking a
Maybe we should
point
do
5.
character.
Like he has a 0.75 charisma combined with weird or quirky offsetting energy. Likable, psychologically damaged characters. I feel like that is kind of in his zone for Roadhouse and Southpaw. Yeah, maybe we should do his character
I
first.
mean, he almost always plays psychologically damaged characters.
Right,
That
because
is
it's more
him.
interesting. Mysterio's a bad. Yeah, it's true. Mysterio's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Is he? He's like a like would you call like David Copperfield a badass? Because that's kind of what he's doing in that movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
not particularly.
Prince of Persia, yeah, definitely badass.
Oh, I mean,
Prince of
again,
Persia.
broken and fucked up, but he's in Jarhead, where he plays a
True.
Marine.
Okay, let's go through this. So Roadhouse, definitely. I don't know about Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. That could be badass. Spider-Man. So do we get what about Mysterio? Do we give like is Lex Luthor a badass?
Right.
Maybe because the charisma. Like Lex Luthor a badass role? I could see that because like if you can essentially stand up to Superman, you got to have some kind of charisma going on, right? But
I
Mysterio, I
suppose.
don't know.
No,
All
I'll be
right.
honest, not impressed by Mysterio.
All right, I'm. So what are we at here? We're at Roadhouse.
Hmm.
Uh, the
Man,
Velvet
I
Buzzsaw.
thought
I
he'd
forgot
be
about
stronger
that.
on this.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? We were only 5 years back.
Yeah, but he
You got
hasn't played
Inside Amy
badasses for a long
Schumer.
time. So
Yeah.
Southpaw,
Southpaw.
obviously.
Nightcrawler. No,
No,
right?
he's a creepy
What
serial
about
killer.
Prisoners?
God,
He's
it's
a
been a while
virtuous
now.
cop, Detective
Yeah.
Loki, as he's called. I think he's kind of a
Oh, is he?
badass.
Nice.
I don't know. It's not really a
I
bad. It's
don't
not really that
remember
kind of
him being a
film.
badass. End of Watch. Isn't he a prick in that? But he plays doesn't he play a dirty cop? I can't remember exactly. Or is everybody
Let me
around him
see.
dirty? And no, I think Michael Pena is the good cop.
Did we not have any rule clarifications? I thought we had. We should have maybe canonized these because one of the core assumptions here is like a Wookiee saying that he's absolutely badass in the Covenant, but like if we haven't seen it, we can't.
Yeah.
You know, we've had too many issues with going off stuff we haven't seen before. Let's see. Prince of Persia, I'll give him to that.
Yep, for sure.
Real easy. Jarhead, yep. Low-key Brokeback Mountain. I mean, he's a fucking cowboy. He's riding rough on the range.
I guess he's not like portrayed as a badass. Although I do love the scenes where
He does.
he stands up
He
to
backs
that old
his.
man.
Yeah, I was gonna say his
That was
father-in-law.
great. Yeah, that was a great scene.
The Day After Tomorrow, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, he's like
He's playing a lot of these like bubble roles, bubble boy, roles, where it's like you could definitely make that character badass, but that's not the point of it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be stuck here at 4.
Yep, I agree.
I
think he's
is
shaping
Dalton
up.
from
Iconic?
Roadhouse an iconic character?
I don't think so.
If you go from like a little kid on any continent has a better than average chance of recognizing the character and role, then no, I don't think so either.
No.
So really hurting
cult.
Jake on the roles.
I think he's a cult icon, but he's not a mainstream icon.
So that gets him. What does that get him to? A 0.25 point? No,
Oh,
Yeah,
right. There's a
0.25.
middle. Yeah, 0.25.
0.25.
Damn.
So now we got charisma, and like I said, I'm thinking 0.5. I think that he is in the at least dead average badass swagger, or a 0.75 charisma offset with weird or quirky energy, likably but psychologically damaged characters. I think that's where
to
he's
a
at.
T. Yeah.
Yeah, so 0.5. See,
Damn.
you gotta have faith in the list. It's never wrong. We've
It's
got
a good thing
occasions
he's
for everything.
6 foot. I'll put that in there.
True.
Otherwise, he
True.
might
Nah,
barely
he's
squeak
well
out
over
one.
1. He's well over 1. Even if he was 5'8", he
I
would
mean, I
be
guess, yeah,
in
he's
the Jack person of below average stature. He can't be a 0. He's not an Adrian Brody. Jesus.
He would be a
Jesus.
1 at 0.25.
All right, here's another one. Peter Weller. I don't know that he's got
Oh.
anything outside of charisma, and
With
I don't think I've ever
RoboCop?
seen this man's physique. Peter Weller body. Well, first of all, Peter Weller height. He might be 6 foot tall. Oh my God, he's 6 foot tall.
Everyone has been 6 foot exactly so far. This is weird. God, we need to get this picture off the screen. That is not a good photo.
Yeah, that's the Crypt Keeper.
Christ.
So he's got the frame. Let's see about the body. Huh. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty average, I'd say, for a male. Look, I'm way below average as far as male physiques
What
go.
the
And
fuck is going on in White Tulip? Jesus. You can't give him credit for the robo suit.
No,
That
no.
that adds a lot of
he looks excellent, but no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Well,
like
let's
dead
do this.
average.
So yeah, that's 0.25, right? But he's hulking.
He's
so I think
6
it gets him
foot,
to
yeah.
5. Right?
Good Lord. I
A
guess
normally
so.
fit person of hulking stature, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
0.5. Nice. That 6 foot barrier, man. That ass
It's a
ceiling.
big.
Really.
I mean, that's a hard check in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
You either got it or you got the soapbox that you're standing on. Characters. Let's run through his body of work, shall we?
Sure.
Peter Weller, IMDb. We've got his filmography, which is okay. Okay, RoboCop. We got that.
And to be clear, you count RoboCop once, no matter how many sequels and shit there are.
This is true. He's a voice in Mortal Kombat. I ain't gonna help him.
He's RoboCop.
I wish I knew about
Mortal Kombat too.
Longmire. Anyone seen
yeah.
Longmire? Because I'll accept Longmire if someone testifies that he's because I've
His name
seen
is Lucian. That's a pretty good name.
Has anyone seen this? Does he play a badass? He's in 7 episodes. He must be like the heavy in a whole season. Feels like not a badass in that
Although
show.
he's
Okay.
very old too at that point. He's
That's
like
true.
70 years old, so maybe not.
But so is Clint Eastwood, and he's still a badass in like Gran Torino.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Star Trek
Into Darkness. I don't know.
I don't remember him. I don't remember that movie. Oh, voices don't count.
House.
Otherwise, he would have had Batman.
Dexter. Yeah, we're still in his like old man phase.
Mm-hmm.
24. Christopher Henderson. I vaguely remember this. He was a badass in 24, was he not? He was like a Jack Bauer level badass. Like maybe Jack Bauer's mentor. I remember watching this and being excited that it was RoboCop. I'm going to give it to him.
Zager Bear saying yes, he was.
Yeah, I thought he was a solid badass. Respected, if not intimidated, Jack Bauer. Star Trek Enterprise, the fuck?
I didn't see enough of that to know.
What else? Mighty
Screamers.
Aphrodite.
I can't remember. I don't think he's a badass in Screamers, but
Yeah, I wonder which one he's stripped down to the waist in, because that's probably badass. But I don't. Yeah, so as we're in the RoboCop era, we've already got that counted. Is Leviathans? That's a horror movie. I remember the cover as a child. So is he stars in it. Stephen Beck comes face to face with a mutant creature that's a product of a failed genetic experiment. Likely badass in this movie, but haven't seen it. Can't be sure. Could just be an oceanographer that gets lucky. Okay, Buckaroo Banzai, 100% badass.
Okay. This is Space Samurai.
Forgot about that. He was a villain in a Butch and Sundance movie. Okay, I'm gonna call him 3 rolls, but
0.25. That's all he gets.
Is RoboCop iconic?
RoboCop is iconic, but I think that still doesn't get him to 0.5. Check the rules. But yeah, I'll give him RoboCop. That's iconic.
Okay, I think so too. 0.25 is 2 to 3 recognized super. Gets into 0.25, yeah.
No, it gets into 0.5. 2 or 3 rolls, at least one of which is widely considered iconic. That's it.
Oh, 2 to 3 rolls, at least one of which is wild. Yeah, 0.25.
0.5.
I think that's also another thing about our rules is the ratings start pretty achievable, and then the requirements ramp up sharply at the end. Like, it's not very hard to be a 0.25 or even a 0.5. Hell, if you're 6 foot tall, you're almost guaranteed to get it. But then it becomes getting that extra badass. It gets harder and harder. Okay, so surprisingly, he goes away with a 0.5 there. He's already out. He's already a badass, and we haven't got charisma. Here's the thing.
He might be a 0.
He might be a 0.
Yeah.
No hope in RoboCop. If I remember correctly, he's kind of a bitter asshole in 24.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah. He might be a 0.
Charisma. Yeah, flat effect, emotionless, lone wolf, silent and stoic types. That's him to a T.
It's RoboCop, baby.
Sigma. Point.
All right, so he is
that's 0.
barely a badass. I think that's fair.
Yep. Someone's saying I need to make some corrections here. Sylvester. Oh, I'm missing an L in Stallone. Oh my God, this is like a 12-year-old error. And someone says something about Jackie Chan. Where the hell's Jackie Chan at?
I mean, the rankings aren't like
Jackie Chan.
Oh, we didn't total him.
That's
why he hasn't been sorted.
Boom. There we go. That must have been an old one too, 2011.
Probably.
Or wait, no, we ranked this at the the Badass Fest.
Oh, you're
Or did-
right. Yes, we did this live. That's why this was down there.
2024. Boom. Okay. Moving on to Matthew McConaughey. Hey.
All right.
Let's count him up.
His charisma
Matthew
is undoubted,
McConaughey, IMDb, yes.
but does he?
Yes,
what's his
yes,
height?
yes.
Tell me how tall he
Oh,
is.
yeah,
6 feet. I guarantee
yeah.
it. 6
Matthew
feet.
McConaughey
6
height.
feet.
Nah, I'm saying 5'9". I'm
6
saying
foot exactly.
5'9".
Yes!
6 foot. He's taller than Woody. Holy
Oh,
shit! I
yeah.
never would have thought from True Detective.
It's the hair.
Oh, I've upset my cat. She didn't like me screaming.
If Woody had hair, he'd be tall.
Okay. So Matthew McConaughey is going to do pretty well for himself. As we've seen.
Yeah,
Let's look at the body.
I think at times he gets a slightly better than average body, but like in
I'm thinking the big standouts for me is the Dragon
Rain of
movie,
Fire.
Rain of Fire. Yep.
all right.
That's what I'm
no,
thinking.
he's in
But
quite good shape
yeah,
here. Well,
he
there's some
stays
weird
California
ab stuff.
fuckboy hot, pretty much all the same.
How do his abs have that separation?
Yeah, someone
happening?
took a melon ball scooper to it and just took some ab out.
This is what happens when you do too many sit-ups. Oh no.
Oh, natty. Wait, a natty or juice? Must be for the steroids.
Yeah.
I just want to get the picture. Okay, here we go. Boom.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Those are fucking cum gutters, man. Those are
Yeah.
cum defensive walls. Like you're not getting. I feel sorry for Spooge and those valleys. You're just never getting out.
Nope.
So this is like. This is more on the attractive end of muscular, but there's no denying that there's some beef there.
Yeah, obviously there's beef and it gives definition. Him being 6 foot, I feel like he's going to score pretty high on this. Granted, again, he's no Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh,
Why
he's
do I remember
actually-
him as being bigger
I
in
did
Rain of
too.
Fire? But that's not. Yeah, it's a good thing he got in late stage buff. I guess this is not bad.
Yeah. Obviously.
I
in
wonder
shape.
if he beefed. Wasn't there a story about that Christian Bale got
yes.
emaciated and then
and then he was gonna
like
film
Matthew
that
McConaughey
way.
came, and then he got like beefed up, and then McConaughey is like, oh, but now it will look goofy. I wonder if they both were in kind of like a bulk race because this arm
Yeah.
does not look like it belongs to the same guy that is here or here.
Oh, he's T-posing
shit, that could
there.
be-
Let's see.
That should be C. Ooh.
T-pose is not a muscular form.
Any ladies in there want to try to scale Mount McConaughey? All right. So we've got obviously we've got what we had to start his men's fitness posing. I don't know. Let's see. That's good enough to get him at 0.5, right? Normally fit person of hulking stature or a really ripped thick individual of least a ripped thick individual of hulk. Is he ripped thick? Is a rip / thick? Because he's no doubt ripped. He's got a rip in the middle of his belly. I mean,
What is 0.5 normally fit person of hulking stature? He's better than that.
he's more than normally fit. Yeah, he's 0.75.
He's 0.75.
Jesus.
The one is
Jesus.
nearly impossible to get.
Yeah, that's a very rarefied air.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with the character. Okay. So we got a whole bunch of voice work.
That's all
My
that's
God.
great.
Okay. The Dark Tower. He plays an evil god in the Dark Tower. Is that badass?
Sure.
Okay, badass. Let's see. Interstellar.
see-
Is Cooper Interstellar I say no. He's a
Yeah, I
like
think I'm
is
with you.
he more badass than Mark Watney?
No.
Like Brad Astra is a badass. He hard drives a moon buggy,
Mm-hmm.
returning, exchanging gunfire at 650 heartbeats per minute. Cooper, I don't think Coop is a badass.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Russ Cole, super badass.
Super badass. I don't know if I give him that. I'd say
What
he
does he got to
can
do?
be a badass. I mean, yeah, the episode 4 is pretty
He
badass.
also, when he goes to interior, like I just recently rewatched that show and he does so much badass shit. I'd forgotten. He's like
Oh yeah.
half the reason Marty doesn't get killed.
Mm.
I love the scene where they kind of crap out at this garage, and Marty goes, "I want to go take another," or not Marty. Russ goes, "I want to go take another crack at these guys." He just walks in the front door, grabs a toolbox, smashes some dude's face with it, and beats it.
Mm.
He beats the shit out of Marty.
All right. Oh, in the
Yeah, I
parking
think
lot fight.
it's easy. It's easy badass role. Yeah.
All right. What is that? 2?
Uh,
2 so far.
we got 3,
3.
right?
Dark Tower and uh
Oh, is it just 2?
yeah, because we didn't give him Interstellar. I think it's just
Okay,
2 so far.
okay. True Detective is 2. Wolf is Mr.
No.
Dallas Buyers Club. No.
No. Definite no on that.
Magic Mike.
Uh, who? Oh man. I mean, obviously he's a stripper in that.
Yeah. What is this like?
I don't think he's
The
a
state does
badass
not
though.
allow you to touch the stripper. Yeah.
No.
All right, you're probably right.
I
Mud.
haven't
I
seen
don't
Mud.
think so. Uh. Tropic Thunder. Pecker is not a badass, no.
All right.
He might be a badass. Fool's Gold, that movie sucks. I don't think he's a badass in that. Sahara, he's a badass.
Okay. Dirk
It's
Pitt. I
essentially,
mean, if
yeah,
that's not a
he's
badass, I don't
just,
know what is.
yeah, it's very much in the role of, the Mummy or
Is that
Indiana
4 so
Jones.
far?
I'm at 3. Rain of Fire, yeah, Van Zandt, definitely a badass. Who is he
Maybe
in U-52?
U571. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Plus, Submariners not necessarily badasses, and like again in the 80s, 90s sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see. Rip Thick is like John Cena nowadays. John Cena easily gets the Rip Thick.
He's not a badass in Contact. Not
But
at
you
all.
don't have to be that big for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what he plays in Amistad, but probably a
I
lawyer.
haven't seen it.
It's not the kind of bad. That's super badass, freeing slaves, but not the type we're looking for.
Time to Kill.
What?
No. Time to Kill. No.
No.
I never saw that Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Dad slipped in there for
I
a
think
second.
we're good. We got Dazed and Confused, not a badass. So we got 4 certified badass roles.
All
I
right.
think that's barely enough for a .25, right?
Oh.
No, it gets some .25.
Barely misses the 0.5.
Any iconic?
Nah.
No. Okay, so that gets him .25, and then so he's already a badass. What's the charisma?
All right.
Here's the charisma.
Rain of Fire. Charismatic as hell.
But he's crazy too. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking this is another .5 where he'd be a .75 except for he's a weirdo. Like Russ Cole, .75 except for he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think another .5 is where he's just going to be, right?
It's so weird that he plays badass weirdos when in his romantic stuff, he just plays the smoothest motherfucker alive. Right? Why does
It's probably
he
why he's
gravitate toward
attracted to those
damaged-
roles, right? You know,
I guess so. Counter to
he
his
doesn't want
type.
to.
Yeah.
He's not going to be an action. He's not going to be in just an action film.
Mhm.
Okay, .5 for the charisma. So that congratulations, 1.5. Not a bad score for Mr. McConaughey for a limited amount of work too.
Christopher Lambert.
Christopher
I'm
Lambert.
gonna guess he's 6 foot.
I bet he is too. This is the guy from the Highlander, if you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Height 5'11".
Oh, sorry, Chris. I don't know about
All
this.
right, let's see the body though. Let's see the body.
Oh,
Oh, that's Alexander
that's not him.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm like, wait a second.
I mean, this guy's just dead average. Do you give him the hulking
Yeah.
at 5'1"?
At 5'11"? No. No. Hulking is 6 foot. We defined it. Is he Tarzan? Oh, yeah. Actually, he is Tarzan. There.
Lord of Greystoke.
Tarzan's a badass. That's going to give him points.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get some rolls. So he's a .25 on a champion, yeah.
Yeah.
Unimpressed. That's normally fit person of average stature or a jack person of below average stature. Boy, you're really getting ripped on that inch, dude. Story of my
Right.
life. Story of my life. IMDb for Chris Lambert. Let's see. Oh, I gotta want to skip like the first 20 years of his history. Okay, he's Raiden in Mortal Kombat, super badass. We can go ahead and give him that.
Kickboxer Retaliation in 2018. He's not a badass.
Yeah, he's
in
too
that.
old.
Yeah.
He's probably the coach. He's a badass and a gentleman. Who? Christopher Lambert. Holy
Isn't
shit,
that
he
a
was in
McConaughey
Hail
movie?
Caesar.
Beats me.
I don't
up.
remember
forget
that.
Bloodshot. He plays the president. President's not a
Not
badass.
a badass. Can be, but
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. I wonder who Methodus is. Methodius.
Sounds badass.
Sounds badass, but who knows?
Haven't seen it.
God, are we just like waiting for Tarzan and the Highlander at this point?
I think so. I have not seen.
All right, Connor McLeod, Highlander, super
Yeah.
badass. He's Beowulf and
Beowulf.
Beowulf.
All
Now,
right.
here's the thing. I haven't seen this movie, but I for damn sure am familiar with Beowulf.
Yes. Oh God.
Who is the girl, the gal in here? I recognize her. Rhonda Mitra. Yeah.
Rona Mitra.
I guess you got to give him like let's see what this. Is this too jank? Is this too jank to give a man credit for?
I mean, it looks cheesy as hell.
Yeah.
Producer of Mortal Kombat. Great.
No, he's definitely playing a badass though.
Oh yeah.
Like low budget or not. Dual wielding crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even look that old. Okay. I'm
He's
gonna give him full
Beowulf.
marks.
For God's
Shit, I'm gonna give him
sake.
full marks for Beowulf. Yeah.
Literally.
Doesn't
for
look
God's
a very
sake.
faithful. Doesn't look like a very faithful adaptation of the Beowulf, but
No, it does not.
did you see his trademark? Unsettling eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're right about
okay.
that.
All right, keep going. There's Beowulf.
Okay. How many is that so far? 2?
I got just 2, yeah. But we know we got
Oh, right.
no, that's 3. That's
3,
3
Mortal
because we
Kombat.
got Raiden. Yeah, got that. We already got the Highlander. He's a man at the car phone and loaded weapon. Too bad no one gave
boy.
you a gun.
Mm-hmm. Sicilian? Really? Oh,
Yeah, what the hell is that about? Okay, Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. So we're up to 4 now.
boy, they were scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel on the Sicilian. They're hiring Frenchmen to be Italian gangsters.
I don't think. Wait, is he French? I thought he was just like vaguely European. He's born in Long Island,
okay.
first of all.
right.
His father's a United Nations diplomat assigned to Switzerland as a result. He's educated private. Yeah, that's where he gets the weird.
His name is obviously French.
Christopher Lambert, is that obvious?
Lambert, yeah, I mean.
Lambert. All right, so Christopher Lambert gets 4 roles, but Tarzan is an iconic role. right? You can't say Tarzan's not iconic.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. So I put him at 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5. All right.
Damn.
Getting the beneficiary. He
All
got
right.
screwed out of the 6 foot.
So
Now
here's the
charisma.
problem. He's 0.25 away from officially being a badass, and we are down to the charisma of Christopher Lambert. Oh no.
He's fairly charismatic playing Lord Raiden. I think he's fairly charismatic playing the Highlander, but
Raiden might get in
can't
there.
And what, you don't think the Highlander was charismatic?
It's hard to take him seriously. Maybe it's his unsettling eyes.
Edling eyes,
but,
yeah.
But I find it really hard to take him seriously. But as Raiden, I do. As Raiden, I definitely do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so how is Raiden? I mean, Raiden is like pretty off the charts charismatic. Like he doesn't give a fuck about really anything. Like he's literally the most powerful person in a room.
Yeah, when his face is lit up with lightning, he is.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Lambert drags that character down a little bit as far as charisma. If anything, I don't know.
He's awful seductive too as the Highlander. I think at his best he's a 0.75. I mean, you might not like the accent, but a lot of people do, and that's the only thing you're really knocking him on, as far as I can tell.
I don't know.
I mean, I could be persuaded to 0.5 if you're gonna
like
feel a certain way about 0.75, but
no offsetting quirks.
I mean, is the accent an offsetting quirk?
The unsettling
bigot.
eyes.
The unsettling eyes
the
could
offsetting quirk.
Notes. Okay, hold on a second. Oh yeah, put this.
Right.
Unsettling eyes.
We're the determining factor in charisma, yeah.
Okay, John Boyega.
All right.
John Boyega. John, if you're 6 foot tall, I think you're gonna go far. Let's see. Height.
I mean, Finn's badass.
Oh,
he's my height?
Legitimately did not see that coming. Oh no. Oh
now I
no.
gotta go back and see if Daisy Ridley's 5'7". I gotta compare them.
Is she really?
Apparently, according to that.
All right, John Boyega body.
All right, he works out. That much is clear.
He works out.
So that he can
He
be
definitely
in the
works
Gap
out.
ads. I don't know what the fuck.
But I'm also I don't know that it's really translating in a lot of definition here.
Yeah. I would not call this.
That's not a bad looking arm.
Yeah.
I thought he was honestly that's pretty. I thought he was way thicker than this. Like even in the Force Awakens, I remember him like noticeably standing out from the other stormtroopers because his thighs were huge. It's a pretty nice back. Oh man, I almost flipped that because I'm like, holy shit! But that's Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a really tough one because I want to say he's on the cusp of being thick and ripped, but
not
he needs a couple more cycles to get there.
And he doesn't have the height. I think he's 0.25.
Yeah. Yeah, just to clarify, to make sure. That's a normally fit person of average stature, a jacked person of below average stature.
That's him. Yep.
0.25 for John. Now, charisma, I'm trying to think if I've seen him play an unironic badass, because he's kind of the comic relief in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
He's brave, but he's also playing afraid a lot of the time. Attack the block, he is like a corner boy.
Sort of true of Han Solo from time to time. He occasionally is the butt of the joke, but he's still very much a badass. But I don't think John Boyega gets, like, Finn doesn't get to Han Solo levels of badass.
Yeah, maybe we should go through his work, because I'm not really, and I don't know what he's been doing post Star Wars.
Right. Yep. Let's check
out. Oh my God, how many clicks did I check? All right. Oh my God, IMDb. Okay. Oh, I forgot about being Pacific Rim.
Oh, I
Okay.
still haven't seen They Clone Tyrone. I want to see that.
I haven't either. I'm not seeing anything. So, okay, Finn, badass.
Hmm.
Got to do that.
Not iconic like
Um,
Han Solo, but badass.
Jake Pentecost, I will say, is a badass in Pacific Rim.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, Idris Elba's son, you almost have to be.
Not a badass in the
Not a
circle.
badass in the circle. I've seen that.
Tinker Shrimp. Okay.
Don't know what he live another day. It's funny because we saw that, right? That
Oh,
was the Grandpa
10
Returns,
years ago.
President
Yeah.
Grandma.
Mm.
But I don't remember. Does anybody remember the President Grandpa season? Was Finn a badass there? Happy Yellow Sun, My Murdered Brick, Law and Order, Attack the Block. Is he a badass in Attack the Block? I guess he is.
I mean,
He's like
yeah, he's a
a
kid
wannabe
badass, but
he's a kid badass. He's yeah, like
I'll give it
barely.
to him.
Question, is Finn an iconic role?
No. When you hold him up next to Han Solo, absolutely not.
Would Rey be a bad iconic role?
She's certainly closer, but I still think no.
Are there any iconic? Are we being super haters? Because like I
Oh, I'm
am
being
like,
the old school Star Wars fan here for sure. Like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia, Organa Solo, all of them, they're iconic. But
what about Padme?
no, and Anakin only gets there because of Darth Vader from the original
I was about to
series.
say, like, does anyone in the original series get to be a badass except for their
Darth
association
Maul.
with?
Darth Maul, actually, yeah.
Oh, Ray Parks.
I think he's iconic.
Yeah. Okay.
He invented the double-ended saber. Yeah, I think so.
No, you're right. The big three: Finn, a Wookiee, Finn, Ray, and what's his face, the pilot, the idiot flyboy.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what his name was. They are approaching iconic. Kylo Ren approaching Poe Dameron. The big three, and then the Darth Vader. That sequence does approach badass, but I'm not sure if it actually gets there.
Yeah. I'm biased, for
So
sure.
that gives him 3 rolls, right? And that gets him Bupkis or 0.25. Yeah, it gets
0.25.
him 0.25, barely. 0.25, 0.25.
Ooh. But that's on
Wait,
the
wait, wait. That's
character.
the character. That's the character. 0.25, and then the charisma.
I don't think he's a 1. He's no Han Solo.
He is pretty charismatic in that Pacific Rim. Terrible movie, but they
Uh-huh.
want him to be the son of Idris Elba, who gave the best, like one of the better Armageddon speeches of all time. And he gets pretty passionate.
I really
I
like
remember him
him
just being
in
a
his
giant.
roles.
I remember him being an unlikable asshole in Attack the Block. I remember being surprised at how unlikable I found him in Attack the Block.
Really?
I only saw it once, and it was in a frame of one of our Sci-Fi Saturday or Sci-Fi Sunday shows. So I could be wrong about that. Am I wrong about that, people?
I mean, he's a wannabe gangster.
I don't
But
think he's an asshole necessarily. There's a lot of charismatic
sure.
dudes on The Wire, for example,
Yeah,
but I'm not
I don't
sure.
remember finding him an asshole in that. What is the 0.5? So I want to know if he's going to get to
Yeah, it's
badass
dead
status.
average badass swagger,
Okay.
and
I think he hits that easily.
it's. You think so? Which
As
role?
Finn?
Oh,
Like
I guess he gets there in Pacific Rim.
and Pacific Rim for sure.
Yeah, he gets there in Pacific Rim, and you only have to get there once.
Yep.
You have to prove that you can do it. So 0.5.
Oh, so
All
he's
right,
barely a badass.
barely a badass. I wonder how did this get
Reference.
fucked up?
Oh, it says C17. Broke the reference.
Oh, yeah. C17. Are we going to do
Got one more.
a couple more? How long we
Yeah,
been
it's
going?
almost time to get out of
Hour
here.
20, yeah. All right, Tamara Morrison,
All
Boba
right.
Fett.
This guy, I will be surprised if he's not 6 foot.
5'9".
Oh, Boba.
Not one of
Oh.
those big defensive line types, eh? That's shocking. I thought he'd be six. I was thinking more like 6'2".
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was a lot taller. All right.
Okay.
I will say he is thick. And if you look at him in Once We're Warriors,
Yeah, that's what I want to see once we're
I don't.
Warriors.
He's not ripped. I mean, he will never be ripped, simply because
I
of
don't know. Look at
his,
this. But look how
his
fucking
genetic
crazy he
makeup. But yeah,
Look, if this is your POV, you have fucked up, and you're about to be fucked up.
and
Those
you
those
probably honestly
eyes.
don't even know how you fucked up because he's a
Yeah,
psycho. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Damn. I
oh,
don't
he's
know,
a super
man.
badass in Once We're Warriors.
He's a super badass, and he's thick, but he doesn't. He's like working class thick. He doesn't
Yeah,
have a lot of definition.
that's what I mean. He's Maori. He's never gonna be
Yeah, it's true. You
absolutely
can't.
cut. I guess like
Yeah.
The Rock is the closest you get to being of that descent and also ripped.
Yeah, I mean, no, those dudes can be bruisers for sure, but they do tend to pack on the pounds, and that's still nothing you want to mess with. Like,
No, good
if The
God,
Rock
no.
weighed 400 pounds, you still would want to fuck with him.
Right.
Someone call me Boba Fett.
Oh
What
God.
the fuck? Okay, so, what in the shit?
What is that from?
Stable diffusion.
Oh,
Why
this
would
is
you do
AI.
this? Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't you? It's the internet.
That's a pretty svelte looking Tamora.
Yeah.
There, see, that's pretty average.
Well, there's Boba Fett. That's not going to do him any favors. It's not the height of his physical fitness.
Yeah, but he looks pretty good in that, I thought.
Yeah, for being 60 or whatever he is. Absolutely.
Oh my God, is Jason Momoa also short?
I think
Or
he
is he
might
just
be
really
shorter than you
hunched
think,
there?
but he's hunched down for sure.
Yeah, let me see.
Honestly, he's probably picked Tamora Morrison up by like 6 inches.
I thought he was like 6'4" easy.
Is he really that big?
I thought he was pretty. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So he must be really slouching the shit out of that photo.
Yeah.
All right, Tamara Morrison is of an average stature, and he is. You're really being generous to call him ripped and thick.
Yeah.
Except for the one role once for Warriors. And even if he's jacked, he's a .25.
God damn, is he a 0?
No, I wouldn't call him unimpressive.
Normally fit person of average stature. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. 0.25.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not
right.
hulking.
He's not below average. We haven't
No.
really defined below average, but 5. I think it's unspoken that Jim can't be below average. So.
Yeah, I think that's unspoken is it's my height, essentially.
All right, charisma. Boy,
He's got weird energy.
Jake the Muss is pretty charismatic, but he's definitely one of those guys that could be the most charming. Like when he's playing his guitar and he's singing music, and you're like, this dude could fucking run for president of New Zealand, prime minister, and win. And then he's beating the piss out of somebody for not a really good reason. You're like, oh.
Yeah. It's weird energy, a lot of charisma.
I'm thinking 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anything that would get him out of that 0.5 hole.
And then the roles. I mean, let me ask you this. Boba Fett. Iconic, yes.
Is Jango Fett iconic, though?
Well,
he plays both.
Boba
You're
Fett.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
He does
You're
both
right. You're
because
right.
they're
You're
all
right.
fucking clones.
What? second. I'm taking care of something here. All right. Had to throw out some trash. Character. So we've got 3: Django, Boba, Jake Demus, one of which is iconic. That's a 0.5, right? Even
Boba.
two, one of which widely considered iconic. Boba Fett is an iconic role, no getting around it. It is a mask role. How do we feel about mask roles? Except for his isn't. He's playing Boba Fett with his helmet off.
Yes.
I think that clears the bar.
Just like Pedro is occasionally playing the Mandalorian.
I think we didn't count Mando though for him for that reason because he only takes his helmet off like twice. But he plays the helmet off
while he's
and he's playing helmet off the majority of the time. He's playing in his underwear. Yeah, I think that's easy. All right. Does anyone want to nominate any, like, or maybe not today, because I imagine a lot of people that are with us today will be with us tomorrow, or with us the next week. If that's you, be thinking of badasses you want us to add to the list. Also, one more time, I'm going to throw this list in the chat. It will be in the podcast when it eventually comes out tomorrow.
Show notes.
Yep. I need to, how can I get, I just have this giant band message over my screen. How do I get back to where I was trying to get to? Okay, here we go. This is the spreadsheet that we're using. So if you want to see if we got anybody on the list, yeah, I don't even remember Michael James Shaw. What the fuck?
I don't know.
We got a bunch of people in here I don't recognize, but
I've never heard of.
But yeah, we can add a few. We can keep adding.
There's one more thing. Don't let us forget, because we talked about this the other day. We forgot that we were going to do this, I think. But we want to go back through our Baldies nominations from last year and see if there's any new evidence for any of the old or already ranked existing badasses.
Or maybe good ideas for people who need to be put on the list, too. Because like I said, we're going to be doing this for a lot of years. I wouldn't mind continuing to fill this up. So.
And we know that Chris Hemsworth has some evidence to revisit.
He's not done. That's true. Because he's already risen quite a bit. He started off as a 0.75 on the
and it's his
the body scale.
Where he's lacking, so he added
Where
one.
Is he? Where's 10. Chris? Okay, yeah, because yeah. If he could add another, he could get up to 0.75, which is rare air. That's up with The Rock.
It's only The Rock.
That's knocking. That's knocking on Arnold and Sylvester's door.
Yep.
So, all right, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us to Badass Debates. We'll be back next Wednesday for the podcast. Again, if you want to join live, I wish I could give you better information than this, but since we're so light and agile this summer, trying to get in where we can fit in, be sometime Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday afternoon. If you want to know when we go live, go to twitch.tv/baldmove right now. You can watch the archive of this stream if you missed it and you want to see some beef. Secondly, hit the subscribe button or follow. Sub pays for things. Follow just gets you the notifications for when we go live. If you want to pay, subscribe, but we hardly do anything on Twitch anymore. So, but yeah, definitely click the heart, ring the bell, so you get the notification. Check out our social medias at BaldMove if you want to track our progress there. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll be back again next week for more badasses. Until then, I'm A.Ron.
I'm
Jim. Say goodbye.
Bye.